It's easy come and easy go. So deal the cards and on with the show on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. I thank you. And welcome to Card Sharks. You're very kind. And also being very kind, taking part in the show, sending in an opening poem, Eric Schneider of Scotia, New York. Thank you, Eric. And now, let's get to the cards. Janice and Bettina, if you will, start loading in 2 brand new decks of cards that will meet today's Card Sharks. Judy Campbell. Hello, Judy. Nice to see you again.
Good morning. It's nice to see you again.
Won't you remind us about yourself?
Well, my name is Judy Campbell, and I'm living in Newport Beach, but I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been married 1 year to my teenage sweetheart that I hadn't seen for 22 years.
Good. Oh, isn't that nice? And you've done very well here. You have won $6,200 in cash.
Beautiful.
Judy, you're a good champion. We're meeting our challenger for the first time, Dave Barella. Is it Dave? Barella. Dave, nice to have you here with us. Won't you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name is Dave Barella. I'm born and bred Southern Californian. I live in Whittier. I'm in my last year of law school.
Is that the family, Dave?
No. I'm in my last year of law school, and I'm in the finishing stages of recording a demo album, hopefully.
Terrific.
And
singing or playing or what?
both, really. I play guitar and I sing.
Well, I wish you well with it. You can always negotiate your own contracts,
Oh,
Dave,
I hope
right?
so. Right.
Good to have you here. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
And the cards have been shuffled. The players cut the cards. Judy, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red deck. Dave, the challenger, plays the lower cards, the blue deck. We play the best 2 games out of 3. And we'll start off with a question to you, Judy.
Okay.
Judy, we asked 100 bachelors, if a girl you were dating really wanted a baby and she promised there would be no strings attached, would you help her get her wish? How many bachelors said they would help?
No, I don't think there's any bachelors want to be. If they're bachelors, they don't want to be tied down right now with any kind of
No,
responsibility.
she said no strings attached.
Even if there were no strings, I think they would still say no way. That's going to be a low figure of about 15.
15 bachelors with no strings attached. What do you think?
Well, that's a great explanation, and that's a great number. It's definitely going to be low. Basically the same reasons. Guys just don't want any strings attached. I'm going to play a little bit safer, and I'm going to say a little bit lower.
Even lower than that?
It's got to be lower. It's
Well, if it is lower, Dave, you'll get to play your cards first. If not, it'll be Judy. Well, let's find out. The actual number of bachelors who would help their girlfriend get her wish is 27. It is not lower. Judy. And Judy starts off with an 8.
That's bad card. Please change that card, please.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change it to a 2.
Oh,
Great
great!
change.
The next card's higher.
Higher than a 2. Yes, a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. A 2.
Oh, great! The next card's got to be higher.
Higher than a 2. A 5.
Oh, dear. I'm going to freeze.
You'll freeze.
Freeze right there.
We move over the freeze bar. Judy playing a little conservative. She doesn't want to lose those cards, and now she cannot lose them. She needs 1 for the first game of the match. Dave, we surveyed 100 prison inmates at Folsom State Prison, and we asked them, since you've been in prison, have you smoked marijuana? Don't they know they can get arrested for that? No. How many inmates said that they have smoked marijuana in prison?
Well, that's a difficult question. But, in the paper you always read how, dope is being smuggled in prison and this and that. So I'm going to say it would be fairly high, possibly 30.
30 inmates have smoked marijuana.
There's so much going on in the prisons. It's got to be a lot higher than that. Higher.
Even higher?
Yes.
Well, the actual number of inmates who've smoked marijuana in prison is 47. Judy, you're right, it is higher. We left off with a 5, Judy.
I know, but I'm going to change that 5 and hope for a really good card.
You're going to change it.
Really
you won
good.
the question, and it becomes 0 and 8.
No.
You are right up the middle.
Right up the middle. Okay, I'm going to say it's lower.
Lower. If this is lower, Judy has the first
Be
game
there.
of the match. If not, Dave is still in
Lower.
it for the win. Yes, it is lower. Judy wins game 1 with a 7 and $100. Game 2 will be coming up. Our challenger tries to make a comeback right after this commercial break.
Forged beneath the blistering lights.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
These games are not for the weak of heart.
In the hole.
As relentless players compete for glory.
This is the all-time record. No one's ever done it this fast.
And a different kind of gold.
You're a winner.
It's the Golden Games on The Price is Right. The Barker Era. All day Sunday, only on Pluto TV.
Janice setting up for game 2. Same 2 decks of cards. These are the next cards off the top of the deck. And as we left off, game 2 starts with a question to you, Judy.
Okay.
We asked 100 women. If you had to choose just one, would you rather kiss or hug? How many women said they would rather hug?
Oh, no. Well, being a woman, and I love kissing better than I do hugging, I'd have to say, if a woman would rather... How many would
rather hug than kiss?
Not very many. I think more would rather kiss. I'm going to say it's going to be low, about at least low figure like 25.
25 would rather hug than kiss. Dave, what do you think?
Okay. I'm going to have to disagree with that. Personal experience, I think girls definitely like to feel close. They love to hug. I don't really think that they're that interested in the kissing, though they both go together quite well. I'm definitely
yes,
going to say...
Yes, there is a definite relationship,
wow.
Dave. Yes.
It's got to be higher.
Higher.
It's got to be higher.
From personal experience, Dave says higher. The actual number of women who would rather hug is 32. You're right, Dave. It is higher.
Great, great.
Janice, which do you prefer, hugging or kissing? You like them both together. Okay. Dave, you're starting with an 8.
Okay, I'm going to change that card.
Changing the 8 to
Come on.
a 10. A little better.
Okay, it's not the greatest card, but I'm going to say lower. It's got to be lower.
It is
great,
a 4.
Great. Okay. Come on, Lady Luck. Give me a higher card. Higher.
Higher than a 4.
Great.
That's a king.
I'm rolling now. Okay, it's got to be lower. It's got to be lower.
Lower than a king? No. It is not, and you lose all 3 cards back to the base card. You couldn't talk it through. No. Judy, you have a 7.
And I can't change it.
No, you did not win the question. You cannot change it.
Let's just say it's going to be higher.
Higher than a 7.
Oh,
no, it's a 5.
I knew that.
Couldn't take advantage of it. Janice will fill in the spaces. And Dave, the question to you. Dave, we asked 100 people, very simply, do you agree with President Carter's decision to free Patty Hearst from prison? How many people said they do agree with the president's decision?
Oh, boy, that's going to be a tough one. I imagine it's definitely pro and con.
It is definitely pro and con, Dave. You're going to make a good lawyer, Dave.
Let's hope so.
How many agree with the president's decision?
Okay, I'm going to stay right in the middle. I'm going to say it's 50.
50.
Either way.
That's pro and con, Judy. What do you think?
The middle, that's hard. I had heard a lot of people wanted her freed, but when she got freed, they said they didn't want her freed. I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit lower.
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 The actual number of people who agree with the president's decision to free Patty Hearst is 68, not lower. You got it, Dave. 68. Interesting answer on that.
Okay.
You have a 10, Dave.
I'm going to change that card.
Here we go. He's talking himself into it now. Changing the 10 to another 10.
I'm somewhat shocked. Okay, I'm going to say lower.
Lower than a 10. It is a 3.
Great. Okay. It's got to be higher. It's got to be higher.
Higher than a 3? Yes, a 9.
I better play safe. I'm going to freeze.
You're going to freeze.
I'm going to freeze.
Taking that 2-card advantage. The audience agrees with that decision. Judy, we asked 100 fifth grade boys in Pennsylvania. If you were a policeman, 5th grade boys, if you were a policeman and the driver you stopped for speeding turned out to be your father, would you give him a ticket? How many 5th grade boys said they would give Daddy a ticket?
Well, being a 5th grader, and if they had to give Daddy a ticket, they might be a little bit afraid, but I think they would think ahead and think, no, sir, I'm a policeman, and Daddy did wrong, he's going to get a ticket. I say it's going to be at least 60.
60 5th graders would give Daddy a ticket if they were a policeman.
Well, boy, that was beautiful. I'm going to say...
She sold you on that one.
Yeah, she sure did. I should hire her. That's got to be lower. She picked too high of an answer for my liking. It's got to be lower. It's got to be lower.
The actual number of 5th grade boys who would give their own father a ticket is 68, not lower, and you got it, Judy.
Okay, I'll change that 7.
Now you can change the 7. Judy changes it to 8. Ooh.
That's all right. Next card's got to be higher this time.
Higher than an 8. It is a 10.
Good. Lower than
Risking it lower than a 10. It is a 9.
I'm going to freeze. I'm going to freeze right there.
We've got a tie now. Each player needs 2 cards, and we are at sudden death. Someone has to win with the next play of the card, so control of the board, very important. Dave, we found 100 married women who have full-time jobs, and we asked them, when your boss yells at you, do you take it out on your husband? How many working women admitted they do take it out on their husband?
Well, I'm going to say that's very high. I know when I've gone out on a few dates that I've been somewhat yelled at, and I really didn't know why, and then I found out they had a bad day at work. So I'm going to say about 60. 60 on the nose. 60.
Judy, what do you think?
No.
60 said they take it out on their husband.
They might if they saw their husband right away after work, but they've got to drive home. And on the way home, they're going to chew it up. And I think it's going to be lower than that.
So that's the reason for lower. The actual number of working wives who take it out on their husband when their boss yells at them is 21. Judy, you're right. It is lower. Judy, we're in sudden death. You have a 9. You need 2 cards. Dave also has a 9. He needs 2 cards, but you've got control of that
Yes,
board. Do you want to
and
play it or pass it, Judy?
I'm going to pass it to Dave.
All right, Dave, if you can turn both these cards over, you have tied up the match. But if you make one mistake, Judy wins the game and the match with a 9. Call this.
Okay. I don't see any face cards up there. I think we're due for a face card. I hope it's true. Give me higher.
Higher than a 9. No, it is not higher than a 9, and Judy wins it in sudden death. Dave, you took a chance going against the odds there, looking for the face card. We wish you good luck with your singing and your playing and your law career. You're a nice gentleman. Thank you for joining us. Dave Barela. Judy, come on down here. You can't believe it. You're doing it so well. Judy's up over $6,000, $6,400 to be exact. Going for the big money right after this commercial break. Clean it up this time. Back with our champion, Judy Campbell. Judy, it was just Valentine's Day. You wrote an opening poem for us for Valentine's Day?
Well, I had, yes, but I didn't get a chance to tell you that.
Well, tell us.
Well, I've won lots of cash, and I've had a great time. But I speak for all your audience when I say you're our favorite Valentine.
Oh, let's go get some more cash. Come on up, there. Let's get to the money card. Thank you, Judy. That's very nice. Now, you relax. Don't be nervous now. Here we go. Money cards all shuffled and cut. We'll start dealing them out as we give you $200 of new money on the bottom level, 3 cards. Move up to the second level. We'll give you another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Remember your minimum bets of $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet. There you must risk at least half the money. Good luck, Judy. You've done well so far. Let's clean it up. Here's $200. And, of course, you know you can change your base card on each of the 3 levels if you need to. With $200, you are starting with a 6.
That's a
Do you
bad
want it?
card. I want to get rid of that 6. Please change
Next
it.
card, and you must play this one. I hope it's a good change. No
Oh,
7.
no.
All right, $200 and a 7, Judy.
I'm only going to risk $50 and say higher.
$50 that this card is higher than a 7.
See?
No, it's not. It's a
It's
5.
okay.
See, she said.
See?
Down to 150 with a 5.
Okay, $100 higher than a 5.
$100
Be there.
this time, higher than a 5. Yes, you made up for it with a king.
Good. $200 lower.
$200 lower than a king. It is a 9.
Good.
$450 and up goes the 9. The other $200 of betting money
And
is yours.
let's change that card.
And you can now change it as you move up. With $650, you're changing the 9 to an 8. $650, all or nothing, lower than an ace. Yes, with a 5. $1,300.
Oh, but that 5 could be, he could be mean to me. I'm going to take $600 higher.
Big bet, $600 higher than a 5. It is another king. $1,900.
Oh, $1,500, that it's lower.
$1,500 lower than a king. Yes, with a jack. $3,400 and up goes the jack. Do you want it?
Oh, well, yes, I'll keep the jack.
You'll keep it. You must bet at least $1,700,
there's
Judy.
so many big cards out against him. It's all of it. $3,400, it's lower. And be there,
Big
baby.
bet on the jack. Come on, Judy. Nothing or $6,800. Lower than a jack. Yes! $6,800. Wow! Oh, you took a chance and it paid off. Congratulations. Have you won enough money to buy the boat for your husband now?
But it might be getting bigger.
It's $13,200 worth of boat right now. Way to go, Judy. New challenger right after this. Oh, that was a gutsy bet. Okay, Judy. We're going to deal out 2 brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet a new challenger, Linda Caprera, coming out here. Hello, Linda. Welcome.
Thank you.
Linda, would you tell us about yourself?
Sure, I'm Linda Caprera, originally born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. I now live in Huntington Beach with my husband and 5-month-old daughter, and I'm currently staying home taking care of her.
Good. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I worked in data processing for 10 years, and this is much better.
Oh, that's nice.
I
That's
love
good.
it.
Good to have you here, Linda.
Thank
Have
you.
you cut the cards?
Yes.
Then we're all set to go. Linda plays the lower deck, the blue deck. Judy plays the upper cards, the red deck, and we'll start with a question to the champion. Judy, we asked 100 bachelors. If today you had to decide, these are bachelors, if you had to decide either to get married for life or stay single for life, which would you choose? How many bachelors said they would choose to stay single for life?
Oh, not too many, I don't think. They really don't want the commitment, but if they're really going to stop and think ahead, who's going to pick up those dirty socks and cook those meals? There's not going to be too many who want to stay a bachelor for life. That's going to be a low figure, at least 30 or maybe even lower.
So you say 30?
30.
I was waiting for the maybe lower. Judy says 30 would stay single for life rather than be married for life. Linda?
I know they don't like the commitment at first, but I think the older they get, the more they settle down, stay single.
She says 30.
I think it will be lower.
Even lower. Well, the actual number of bachelors who would rather stay single for life is 42, not lower, Judy. And the champion starts off with the first look at her base card, a 5.
A 5. I don't like 5s, but I'm going to change that one.
Changing the 5 to a queen's a change.
The next one's lower.
Lower than a queen, a 3.
Hey, all right. Higher.
Higher than a 3, a 4.
Higher again.
Gonna risk it higher than a 4? Yes,
No,
you can.
I'm going to freeze right there.
Now she'll
Freeze right there.
needing that one card. And Linda, before you get your first question, your back is to the wall. Linda, we asked 100 child psychiatrists. Have you ever bribed a child to get him to behave? How many child psychiatrists have bribed a child?
I think sometimes they would have to, and maybe if it's just with a lollipop or whatever the reason may be, I say at least, 68.
68 child psychiatrists have bribed a child.
That's a hard figure. A lot of psychologists tell you not to, but that's a pretty high figure. I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit lower than that.
They'd find a way around it, huh?
They'd find their way around it, right.
The actual number of child psychiatrists who've bribed a child to get him to behave is 44. You're right, Judy, it is lower.
Okay, let's change that 10.
And Judy can now change the 10 to a 5.
Oh, great. Oh, the next one's got to be higher, Jim.
If this is higher, Judy has the first game of the match for the win. Yes! Judy does it with a queen. Well, great win for the champion. And Janice, if you will, we'll set up for game 2 with the next cards off the top of these 2 decks. And now Linda needs this game to stay in the match. Judy, as Janice deals them out, the question goes to you. Judy, we asked 100 single women. Have you ever gone to a man's apartment because you thought you could trust him, only to find out just how wrong a girl can be? How many single women said they've been that naive?
Oh, yes, probably quite a few. I don't know why women are so trusting like that, but men have this silky voice, and they just, they convince you that they're
Silky
harmless.
voice does it. That's
Oh, every time. I'm going to say at least 60 of them have.
60.
Yes.
I knew I should have taken voice lessons, doggone it. She says that 60 have been naive enough to go along with that. Linda, what do you think?
These days, I don't think so. I think if they go, they know what they're in for. I'm going to say lower.
Lower. Silky voice doesn't get it for you,
Not
Linda.
me.
The actual number of naive single women who've trusted a man and gone to his apartment is, you're right, it's 47. It's lower, Linda. Linda, you start with a 3. Higher than a 3. It is a queen. Lower than a queen. A king. Oh, it is not lower. And the champion again gets a free chance to play an 8.
Oh, and I can't change it. We'll just take a big chance and say higher.
Higher than an 8. No, it's not higher. Couldn't take advantage of it as we fill in the spaces. We will take time out for a message of importance. These are the people to pay the bills. Please watch. Let's get a roll going there for a moment, Linda. That's about all the time we have for now. Linda, I've got to ask you, with a 5-month-old baby, do you have any pictures of the baby with you?
It's funny. The last thing I went to do before I left for the studio was to grab a picture, because I always carry a diaper bag and not a purse. And something came up and I forgot.
No picture?
I'm sorry,
A mother
Aaron.
with no picture?
I'm
That's terrible.
sorry.
I'm sure she'll bring one next time. We'll see you on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Camel's quality Goose Down jacket, a water repellent shell, and zip-off sleeves for conversion to a vest in coordinated colors for a fashionable look, furnished by Camel. And some of our contestants will receive long-lasting DuPont Lucite paint, custom blended in a rainbow of more than 1,000 colors for inside or outside your home. Top-sealing Lucite goes on easy, looks great. And an electric knife in Unicap T High Potency. The vitamin for people on the go. 11 essential vitamins, 6 important minerals, including iron and zinc from Unicap T. And be everything you can be with Mary Kay Cosmetics. Skincare and glamour cosmetics presented to you in your home by trained beauty consultants. Mary Kay Cosmetics, Dallas, Texas. And a pen set and pledge. The furniture polish that picks up fingerprints and smudges and gives your furniture clean, natural beauty every time you dust. This is Gene Woods speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.